Good evening. I'm your host, Mahfouz Al Qadir. I'm back with another video in regards to what does your vote get you from the Democrat or the Republican Party, and what changes have you seen when you have voted for them? Are you holding them accountable for broken promises, agendas and initiatives in regards that's very close to your community and your neighborhood that has been tabled and put aside? These are just questions that we like to ask. Look, man, there's no secret. I'm kind of frustrated with the Democratic Party. Republican Party has never been an option for me because of the fact that they tend to do a lot of flip-flopping on a lot of different major issues. And what did it for me was the Iraq invasion. So that in the Afghanistan war, well, mainly the Iraq invasion, I was fine with the Afghanistan war, but the Iraq invasion and that did it to me back in 2003, as far as the Republicans, and also how they bundled the economy for this 2007 bailout that we had to do to the banks, and a lot of that money just went back into the people who put us in the same situation at that particular time, and I thought that was. I didn't like it because I thought it was you were just creating the same mishap with funding. But the main thing with African Americans is that the housing market, with the investment in this country as far as African American ownership in housing, is only 0.5%, which is alarming to me, and I addressed this before. These are just one item that's major. I mean, there's several of them. Police reform, judiciary system reform. There's a host of different other major agendas that should be addressed. But the main thing to me is as far as African Americans, we have to start spending our money wisely. We have to be wiser in how we spend our dollars, because we need that economic base in order to push our agendas going forward, in order to push our political ideals and what we think is good for our particular neighborhood forward. And we have to stay behind that. But we have to do it. Make the sacrifices economically in order to make sure these tabled initiatives that's already in Congress, like the anti-lynching bill, get pushed across the goal line. You can't have one senator like Rand Paul holding up something as vital and as important as that. The fact that we have to even discuss that in 2020 is absurd to me. It's just politics, and some of these politicians, Trump, saying that he's not a politician. At least he's honest. But some of these political leaders that we have are spineless. They hide behind these perks and their agendas and lobbyists, and they become spineless. They don't, they're not really strong on standing behind something. They're ready to crumble when any opposition comes up. So I'm frustrated with that. And a lot of other people I know, that look like me, are frustrated with it. We continue to give you our vote. We continue to constantly just blindly vote for people that I don't think have our interests in their heart. I really truly don't believe they have our best interests at heart. So we continue to do it, and when we continue to keep doing something, that's insane. So people need to wake up, man. Wake up. If you're going to go out here and vote for these people, get to know their background, see what they're really about, and stop just wasting your vote on someone who's just talking about nothing. And every 4 years he's going to come back and talk again, and nothing is getting done. It becomes very frustrating. So I know I'm getting a little tired of it. And that's why I support Ice Cube and his movement. Because the contract with Black America is necessary. And it's vital. And the only reason why they got all, the pushback that he got is because he was waking people up, and people were starting to figure out, and they couldn't have that. They want to keep you in the sheep mode of continuously to give us your support, but yet we do nothing for you. Nothing like reparations. Nothing. We built this country off the blood, sweat, and tears. We built it. We fought in wars. We done everything to contribute. Everything that you can think of, we were willing to do it to get that equality and that pursuit of the American dream and housing and stuff like that, and good schools and stuff like that. And we've been met with nothing but resistance. Why is that? Why is it? When we say fight for economic freedom, why we met with resistance? Well, Dr. King was mentioning that. Marcus Garvey was mentioning that. Medgar Evers was mentioning economic freedom. Malcolm X. They all got shot, assassinated, cut down. And when we try to push for justice, we obviously know justice is not for all of us. Certain privileged and few. And they can be in denial about that all they want. But it's easy when you're in denial, when you have your hands on, you have your, the car keys, and you driving the big Benz and the big truck around, the good USA truck, to look all shiny. But at the detriment of other people, man. We're not having it no more. We're not gonna stand by and just be as a side note. We're gonna be protesting. We're gonna be disruptive. We're gonna be peacefully disruptive. We're gonna invoke conversation. We're gonna invoke thought. We're gonna withhold our vote, and we're gonna be unapologetic about it until you're willing to come to the table, until you're willing to meet our needs as a people. So you keep saying it's one America, but yet we feel it's like it's two Americas. You make it sure that it's two Americas. You make it very clear that it's only two Americas. One for you guys who's enjoying your luxuries of life because you meet the profile, and then the other one is for people of color who have to push even harder just to get a seat at the table. And we're asking for our seat at the table. Matter of fact, we're not asking, we're demanding our seat at the table. At this point, we're demanding everything. And you have to meet those demands. And if you don't meet those demands, you're going to be voted out. And you're not going to get our support. You're not going to get my support. You're not going to get my friends' support because they all think like me. And I'm going to make it a point to push the agenda of hold your vote. If you do not bring us to the table and we cannot negotiate and carve out a system and a plan going forward immediately to enhance our situation in this country. Meet our demands. Prison reform, police brutality, economic growth, wealth, path of economic wealth, home ownership. So these are some of the things that we can start talking about We need to get more, as far as education-wise. Some of these universities, we need to start implementing our curriculum more, less than the European curriculum. So we need to start doing that. So this is just some things that I thought about, and I just wanted to share it. Whether you agree with me or not, it's still good conversation. And but like I said, I cannot continue to just keep giving people votes who doesn't seem to be worthy of them, because they haven't really built up any points in my book. So that's it for me, and I hope everyone is doing well and have a great weekend.